then the ice melted, so all that weight came off Scotland and Scotland rose.
Hello virtual travelers, my name is Chris, and you're watching a new episode of Finishing the Map, a travel channel dedicated to finishing my scratch-off map of the world. Join me as I revisit the highlights of a recent tour I took of the United Kingdom, spanning over 7 days in England, Scotland, and Wales. Come see where history, architecture, nature, legends, literature, music, mystery, and so much more collide. I'm so excited to share all the sights and wonders I took in with all of you, and hope that it encourages you to travel as well. This, my virtual traveling friends, is my Great Britain experience. Enjoy! The first day took us from London to the walled city of York. Our first major stop was Cambridge, famous for its university. There, the group I was with went punting along the River Cam. It's similar to riding a gondola in Venice. The River Cam was used heavily for trading and has been a site for tourism. In the distance, you could see the famous wooden mathematical bridge. Before making our way to York, we visited Selby Abbey, created over 954 years ago. Our group took a walking tour of the walled city of York. The walls were created by the Romans in the very first century. You have to be careful. It's not fully covered with railings on both sides. In the distance, you can also see Clifford's Tower, originally built by William the Conqueror. Now, for my Harry Potter fans, we passed by the Shambles. It's a former butcher area that's debated as an inspiration for Diagon Alley in the books and films, though Scotland might argue. On our way to Scotland, we begin with an Angel of the North, connected to the coal miner strike of the past century. We then made our way towards Hadrian's Wall, built by Emperor Hadrian to separate Romans from the northern barbarians. You can hike your way to the top, and I surprisingly did it in jeans. Was it worth it? Absolutely.
This is unique to Scotland. It's unique. And it's called quaich, right? What you do with a quaich, you drink out of it.
Before we visited Edinburgh, we stopped at Scott's View, a viewpoint overlooking the River Tweed Valley. This was a favorite view of Scottish historian and writer Sir Walter Scott. In the background is Edinburgh Castle. Unfortunately, our original plans to visit were cancelled because King Charles III was going to have a second coronation. So we toured the old city, stopping by the Flodden Wall and more sites that will make Harry Potter fans excited, such as the Elephant House, the graveyard that inspired several names, and a street that was also debated to inspire Diagon Alley. Our free day in Edinburgh took the nearby sites such as the Kelpies, spanning over 100 feet high. These horse-head sculptures relate to Scottish folklore. We then made our way to the Wallace Monument, named after, you guessed it, William Wallace. He was the legendary figure who was depicted by Mel Gibson in the film Braveheart. William Wallace was key in the fight for Scottish independence, and this monument is over 246 steps high, with a spiral staircase with a left-handed rail. After you climb all 246 steps, you get an amazing 360 view of Scotland. Now, since Edinburgh Castle was closed for the coronation, we went to the nearby Stirling Castle. On our way to the Highlands, we visited Culloden Battlefield, site of a battle between Protestants and Catholics, the last battle fought on Scottish soil.
Good afternoon all, welcome aboard the Spirit of Loch Ness.
We then made our way towards Loch Ness and took a cruise to find a mysterious Loch Ness monster. Sadly, no luck finding Nessie. In the distance, you could see part of the Glenfinnan Viaduct, a portion of which was used by the famous Hogwarts Express trains in the first Harry Potter films. We said our goodbyes to Scotland as we made our way towards Liverpool, first stopping at Gretna Green. There, young lovers would go there to get married in secret. We also went for a cruise along Lake Windermere and took a steam train. During our free evening in Liverpool, I made my way to the musical Matthew Street, home to the Cavern Club where the Beatles played almost 300 times. Despite the rainy weather the night before, we were happy to be greeted by the Beatles and sunny weather. We toured sites connected to them such as Strawberry Field and Penny Lane. We made a stop at Stratford-upon-Avon, the home of William Shakespeare. We toured his home and saw original works as well as original furniture. Great Britain has no shortages of castles, so we passed by the ruins of the medieval Raglan Castle in Wales. We then spent the evening in the city of Cardiff. This, by far, had the best weather all trip. Our last full day in the United Kingdom started with a visit to Bath, a UNESCO World Heritage Site known for its architecture and Roman remains. One of its former residents was Academy Award winner Nicolas Cage. We visited the Baths, a public meeting place similar to the Roman Forum in Rome. The last major stop of the tour was Stonehenge, a giant prehistoric stone circle monument believed to be built over 5,000 years ago. There are debates as to why it was built. After parting ways with the tour group in London, I decided to make the most of my last evening in the UK by exploring parts of the city I did not get to see yet. I walked towards Buckingham Palace, stopping by Big Ben, Westminster Abbey, and St. James's Park along the way. You could see the famous balcony where the royal family often make appearances during special events. I left Great Britain the following morning, saddened that I could not stay longer. But I took home with me more knowledge than I had going into the tour. I also gained new friends and family along the way. And to my Expat Explore family, I hope we all meet again in the future. There are still many cities I have yet to visit in the UK, so I know this will not be my last stop. And there you have it, folks, another one for the map. If you enjoyed, I hope you can like, comment, and subscribe. Until then, safe travels. And what you see below are two Americans, unbothered by the fact that death may be imminent. See below as you find two siblings who have been trying to eliminate each other for the past week. Who will eliminate the first? Only Darwin's believes we'll find out in time. Hi, greetings from Scotland. I am going to try haggis, which is like mixed cow products. So this is a combination of things like the heart, the liver, and other product linings. Okay. What the hell? This is surprisingly not bad. I'm not going to eat the rest of it, but I like it. All right.